dear students, welcome to Bosco Campus Vision. This is Seema Dudley. Welcome to my another video on data analytics. In this video, we will discuss about the big data computing platforms. So coming to big data computing platforms, there are different computing techniques are available today, and parallel processing platforms are more suitable for handling the big data. And we have to access the big data at a very high speed, so we will be using the parallel computing platforms for handling big data. And the most prominent parallel computing techniques available today are: first one, clusters or grids; second one, massively parallel processing, that is MPP; and the third one, high performance computing, that is HPC. The first technique that we are going to look is the clusters or grids. And cluster and grid are types of computing where servers are loosely coupled and network together for distributing workloads. And saying about cluster computing, a computer cluster is a local network or of two or more homogeneous computers. A computation process on such a computer is called cluster computing. And grid computing means grid computing can be defined as a network of homogeneous or heterogeneous computers working together over a long distance to perform a task that would rather be difficult for a single machine to compute. So there are a lot of difference between cluster computing and grid computing. And first difference is uh, the nodes of a cluster computer must be homogeneous. That is, they should have same type of hardware and operating system. And for grid computing, the nodes may have different operating systems and hardwares. The machines can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. The computers in a cluster are dedicated to the same work and perform no other task. And the computers in a grid contribute their unused processing resources to the grid computing network. And the computers in a cluster are located close to each other, but the computers in a grid may be located at a huge distance from one another. And in a cluster, computers are connected by a high-speed local area network bus. But in grid, computers are connected using a low-speed bus or the internet. So both the cluster and grid have some disadvantages. So the cloud computing has become more popular. Cloud computing is nothing but it delivers computing services such as database, networking, software, storage, servers, and many more. And nowadays, the companies are in need of some virtual space to store the data which generates. So cloud computing provides this facility which is flexible and user friendly. And most of the companies have to work their activities at a efficient manner and very quickly. So they go for cloud computing. The second one is MPP, that is massively parallel processing. And massively parallel processing is a coordinated processing of a program by multiple processors that work on different parts of the program, with each processor using its own operating system and memory. And MPP processors communicate using some messaging interface. And an interconnect arrangement of data paths allow messages to be sent between the processors. The MPP system is considered better than a symmetrically parallel system, that is SMP. The third one is a high performance computing, that is HPC. High performance computing is the ability to process data and perform complex calculations at high speed. These HPC environments are predominantly used by research organizations and by business units that demands very high scalability and computational performance. An assignment question connected with this topic is explain the three prominent parallel computing platforms. So complete the assignment and forward it to the email ID provided to you. Thank you.